Jason?
What?
You good?
Oh, I'm fine.
All right, we're recording.
Oh, somebody's going to start this meeting.
Yes.
Time being 5:30. Welcome everybody to the June 9th meeting to Litchfield Fire Commissioners. Present are myself, Jason Wright, Mr. Ogier, Chief Alvaney, Debbie Robinson, Helen Hartberg,
And
Yours truly.
it's okay.
Everybody has a different stumble, right?
They
All
do.
right, well, take the agenda here.
Upstairs.
Any public comment?
No,
Not yet?
okay.
Okay, hanging in there. Members of the district, employees of the district. Correspondence,
We don't have any of that either.
nothing, huh? Other than a big pile of
That's true. We'll get to that later.
envelopes. Old business.
Chief's report?
Chief's report.
Chief's report, you have the report in front of you. We're about 36.4% of the way through the budget, not the year, but the actual money. I have the lines broken out there. There is a full report attached. Areas of concern right now are heat and electricity. Heat is already over at the Park Street building and almost over at the Center Street building. I believe we have some other areas in the budget where we can get that money, but heating, we're going to probably be close to 200% of our heating bill. It was cut from the year prior, and so we'll just keep an eye on that. The other area of concern is gas and diesel. Everybody knows the gas and diesel prices go up. We did cut that line from 2025 to 2026, and so in addition to that cut, we are experiencing high gas prices. So, but I believe I don't right now, looking through the budget, I don't foresee any huge problems because of it. We just might not get a few other things. Apparatus equipment fund, we're doing really good. We're at 34.5% of the way through that budget. You have the line-by-line breakdown here, and then the full report is attached. I'm reporting how much we got from ambulance revenue a little bit differently than previous. So previously, we just report what we had into the account and what we didn't have in the account. I'm using Comstar's reports now. They're much more detailed. I think they paint a much better picture. So I'm going to be giving you January through whatever month. It's going to be the previous month. So because we won't get it from Comstar for another week or so. I think it's usually the 10th or the 13th, Kathy.
Yes.
So we may have it now. I didn't look, but
We don't.
we don't have it yet. So usually it's about the middle of the month we get last month's report from them. But so from January through April from the Comstar report, we've received $235,161, which is a little more than $9,000 less than last year. I'm going to attribute that. We've had a very slow beginning of the year, and when we didn't have collections for a month and a half, our collections were paused. You guys went through that agreement. We worked with the lawyer. The lawyer had a ton of changes to that contract. The collections agency agreed to every single one, which the lawyer did not think was going to happen. So we signed that agreement. That agreement's in place. We are now going back through that collection.
Can I just ask a question on that?
Yeah.
On the $235,161, that's what we received after paying them or before we paid them?
After
Is it after we paid? That was,
net collections.
yeah, so that's net collections. So that's what we received for the first 3 months of the year. Incident responses, we did 179 incidents in May. Still a little slow, but much closer to normal than we were a couple months ago. 121 EMS, 85 transports. That full report is attached. Provided mutual aid and received mutual aid on 13 incidents each, which just happened to be the same number. They weren't the same incidents. That report is in the back too. You see it's a little different report now, which actually I like it better. It's much easier to read. That is due to the new nearest data. So we are getting some good stuff out of the nearest data. Again, with the incident types, back to incident types, with the way nearest sorts those incidents, I personally like better. So we are getting good things from nearest. Not everything's perfect. I don't think it will be for a couple of years. but at least we're getting some better stuff. I did attend a nearest training with the national fire chief who works for UL now doing nearest, so there's another update coming in a couple of weeks, so hopefully we'll get some more good stuff from that. Historical data, we're down a little bit from last year, but we're trending higher than most other years. Same with transports. Any questions so far? All right, firefighter water supply. We haven't used any water supply for a fire. However, firefighter O'Brien, who is in charge of our rural water supply, which is like the dry hydrants in the cisterns, he's been starting to get a lot of work done. We've had an out-of-service dry hydrant behind T-Hop for many years now. That dry hydrant, I think, has been out of service. I thought it was 3 years, but somebody said, no, Chief, it might be 5 or 6 years that's been out of service for. So it's just there, it's in the way, it's redundant. We have a dry hydrant on the Park Street Bridge. We have a dry hydrant across the street from Stafford Oil. We have a dry hydrant here across from Cumbies. And then we have the main water supply coming through. It's more of a redundancy. We don't really need that. Rusty's Towing donated their time, pulled that out. I gave a big thanks to them, which had a good Facebook response, but thank you to Rusty's Towing for pulling that out. Dry hydrant at Kearsarge Lane. That's the new road down by the Lake Winnisquam Inn, the old roadway in Old Country Lake Resort before that.
Kearsage.
Kearsage, yeah, they didn't put the R. I did in here, but
I know.
it's that dry hydrant was installed, we figure around 2009 by a contractor without consulting us. It was installed improperly. It was had the wrong fitting on it. It's never been in service. We went down. We said, okay, let's go down. What can we do with it? Because it's actually a really good spot. We don't have water right there. We put the right connection on it, blew water back through it because you never. And it's in a pile of mud. It would cost tens of thousands of dollars to fix. So we said, remove it. It's so no one gets confused. So it's never been used. And then I'll tell you about it next month. We just had another dry hydrant go out of service up at Autumn Drive, which is not good because it's our only water source up there. But we just found that out yesterday, so we're working on a fix for that, which may not be quick. Apparatus, A3 still has a target date of July 1st. I'm beginning to wonder if that's actually going to happen. They got it lettered, but it's still down in North Attleboro. And once it comes up here, we have a couple weeks.
You need time at OME.
Yes, I'd say 2 weeks at OME. So it's only June 9th. I'm still hoping July 1st, but we'll see. And then it still has to get inspected by the state. We can't run it till the state does its blessing. A1 had that suspension repair. You guys knew about that. Battery repair, brakes. At the time I wrote this report, it was awaiting new sirens. The new sirens have been installed. A1 and A2 both were licensed by the state of New Hampshire, so we're good for another 2 years. And Utility 1 is awaiting a new steering box, which would be a warranty issue. Career personnel stuff. Ryan Pilo got his Instructor 1 certification, which is awesome. Again, our guys continue to work through training for succession planning. Our guys, Ryan's getting ready to be a captain someday, so that's what that is for. On the call side, we just, Tabor Haggett has officially completed all his pre-hirement requirements, so he will be joining us on B shift. He's a really good kid. I got to work with him down at the Teen Cert program, which is a class that Hewitt puts on. He did an awesome job down there. He's a graduate of he just graduated from Winnisquam High School. I think he's going to be a really good pickup, so hopefully he sticks around. And last month, Deputy Stetson talked about how the SAFER grant's going to be paying for his training. Other stuff, the RAND study's done. I submitted it yesterday, so we are hopefully done on that. That's all for that SB 245. The department has begun updating our mutual aid run cards. They have not been done in probably 12 years, 10 to 12 years. They are a mess. They're not great. So worked with a deputy last night, not last night, sorry, Monday night, yesterday. And Tom, getting some input from them. I've gotten some input from my captains. They'll probably be going on for the most of the summer. That really won't fully be done till probably September time, but I wanted to let you know that's what we're doing. And those run cards are what tells dispatch what to send to us on an emergency. So it's what do we want on our automatic aid, what do we want for our first alarm, second alarm, third alarm, and it's broken up, the district's broken up into different chunks about where you can get to. Like we have one out over in Belmont can get there 14 minutes before us. So that run card's a lot different than obviously our run card here on Main Street. They're pretty complicated, but they work well once you get them all done. I met with Two-Way Radio and Delvis from Allcom. Delvis acted as our representative. This is for the Merrimack County Sheriff's Office, putting that transmission and receive tower on our tower at Park Street. You guys already said you're on board with that. There was talk about them helping with the electric bill down there. If we do that, we're just going to need to get an MOU. That'll have to, you guys will have to let me know how you want to do that. I think the electric bill down there is $35 a month. It's not a huge bill, but how you want to work, but we put that tower up to get the police up there, and so this will be good for Merrimack County. So we're working on that. And then we conducted an awesome active shooter training joint with Tilton PD, Northfield PD, and us. Myself and the deputy were there. All our captains were there. The other deputy was there. Tilton PD and a member from Bristol Fire ran the actual training. It was just for the command staff. The next training we're going to have is in July. This is all on active shooter, school shooter stuff. The next training we're going to have is going to be in July. And the other members of the department will be there. It's the first time we've done it in a long time, and I think it's going to be good. The state now has a program that they suggest, and that's what we're using. If something like this happens, we need to be able to do things jointly, and this is going to really help, and I think it was a great training. Deputy Stetson, unfortunately he's had a serious family medical emergency, so he's not here tonight. But they did do 83 inspections last month. The inspection report is attached. He was going to do more of a deputy's report, but unfortunately he can't be here tonight to do that. So that is the end of the chief's report. Do you have any questions for me?
Come back to me. So on the front page with the apparatus and equipment fund lines, would it make sense, because we know what the income is, would it make sense to have a line for the Comstar billing? Like Paul alluded to it, so we could see.
Oh, the 331, right there at the top.
That's what's considered.
So these are.
So that's what they charge. So we know if we're kind of trending up, because
Yep.
they only work on commission.
Yep.
So we would know if our income is up, if our charges are up.
Yeah.
You know. So
The reason I pulled, actually, I probably never explained that. The reason I pulled these lines on our MS 737, these
Yeah.
are these are the not MS 737, but these are the budgeted lines dictated to us by DRA. So that's why
Right.
I do the big line. So like fire, obviously, is a huge line. You got to go back. But,
Yeah.
So that billing 331. I think there is some other billing in that. I'd have to go back, but was there some FR stuff in there, Kathy?
No, this is just all,
That's all
All
Comstar.
that's all
straight
Comstar.
Well,
Okay.
you know, then we know on a percentage basis if we're 4 months in, if we're, you know.
Yep.
The only other bill that we had this year was this month, but these were last month, so it's not going to show. So that's strictly all Comstar.
Think of.
Suggestion, change the name of that you're having it that line.
I just tried to. It's ambulance billing service is the actual real name of the line.
Yeah.
So I just don't. I was trying to keep it in that little
Keep it
box.
short.
So you want to do AMB billing?
Billy, SVCS, or,
Yeah. Let me see
yeah,
if it'll
'cause you
fit.
can't, yeah, slash Comstar won't fit,
No.
even though the number columns are wide, you could drag them, but then they won't match the ones above it.
Yeah, I was just looking. There is a FFR in there.
Well, if we do ambulance billing, that fits. Ambulance billing SBS will not fit. So I just changed it on here to ambulance billing, A and B.
Okay.
Yeah, it just didn't jump out at me,
Yeah.
blew right past it.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot. It's still 3 pages long. It's still a lot on there.
But,
I can do that, that's not a problem.
All right, good on that one. Paul, you got anything?
No, that's good.
So we will, now we're into old business. Charge. So we got a draft.
So you guys have the draft of the charge. Tim kind of came up with this charge, and I helped format it so it could be on our paper. I sent it out to you guys a few days ago. This is the charge for the Tilton Field Fire District Building Committee. Tim reported to me that he'd be okay with some minor changes. If there's anything major you would want to do, he'd want to talk about it. He'd be okay with any minor changes. So, there it is.
Yeah, I think that I remember when I read it before, it kind of covered the scope of what I thought. It included the public outreach and the funding options, so those were things I had concerns in, made sure they were in there, so.
I wonder if they'll have bid grants for us.
I've not seen any.
I mean, it's.
I think whoever you guys choose as a designer will help us look for those, but from what I'm hearing, unless you have a military installation in your community, there is nothing.
Well, I remember Chief Seatar had struggled with some of the grants because they had money in the bank. They were sitting on that fund, ambulance fund, and
That hurts us on those.
Yeah, you look good on
AFG
paper,
rates.
then they go, you're not in the need-based thing.
Yeah.
That's. Of course, they don't realize what the price of trucks keep going up, and you wonder if even though the fee is, or the fund continues to grow.
Grows, but it's not growing at the pace that
Not at
trucks
the
are.
way
It's not growing the way the trucks are growing.
Right, that's the thing,
The trucks are going up a lot higher than
Yeah.
those ambulance bills. I've been hearing just grumblings of what people are paying now, and our engines are from 2021 to 2022. They've already doubled in cost.
Sure.
They're 100% more than
Yeah.
they were.
Yeah, I figured, well, $600,000-700,000 truck, it's got to be over
Yeah.
easily.
I think you're at 1.4 to buy
Yeah.
what we bought, and we paid 720. I think
Yeah.
somewhere around that.
Wow. So, when is the next building meeting where this will be given to them?
This would be given to them on the 22nd.
Tim back by then?
Yes.
Yeah, so either way, I mean,
He'll be back on Monday.
yeah, I think the wording is fine. It's not overworded, that's where things get,
We have, well, it depends how you set the meetings tonight, but we either have 2 or 3 meetings next week, and Tim will be at them. So,
yeah.
so you guys can probably, if you're okay, sign it all then, and Kathy can get you official copy. And
Yeah. All right. We'll go with that. Any other? You got anything in this, Paul?
No, I think it looks good.
All right. Ambulance.
So the commission had asked me to investigate doing a DEF, diesel exhaust fluid delete on the ambulance. I did some investigation of my own, but I used my resource over here who knows a lot more about trucks than I do, and I'm gonna let him talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll try to keep it as brief as I can, but having been involved with the heavy diesel business for many years, when it came out, it struggled, it got pushed on everybody, and there's been lots of issues
Sure.
for everyone that owns a diesel engine. And the positive side is the emissions that these trucks emit now is next to nothing. Early on there was discussion of the exhaust coming out of a diesel truck was cleaner than the air in parts of California, and it's mostly vapor.
Yeah.
So, would it be? It's been extremely expensive for anybody that owns a diesel engine. Little things, sensors. The average vehicle has 36 emission sensors on them, and those sensors go bad. But the question is, can we delete the emission system on the ambulance? Can it be done? Yes. Is it legal? No.
No.
Diesel deletes are federally illegal in New Hampshire, and removing disabling emissions of equipment can result in civil penalties, even though criminal enforcement has been deprioritized.
Oh.
So, in other words, what the big stir is the Department of Justice announced it would no longer pursue criminal prosecution. However, the EPA will pursue civil prosecutions if you do it. The EPA can issue fines ranging from $4,500 to $45,000 per violation. When you go to register an ambulance with the state and it has its inspection,
Yeah.
it has to pass
On
a
the
state inspection. And that can involve an emissions test.
Right.
And if the emissions has been deleted, then it may not pass. New Hampshire follows Federal Clean Air Act regulations, meaning diesel deletes are illegal statewide. While the state may not have additional emissions enforcement programs like California and New York, any vehicle with a deleted emission system is still subject to federal civil penalties and could face inspections or compliance issues during registrations or emission testing. Again, the civil penalties are similar to what I just mentioned. Warranty and resale, diesel deletes often void manufacturer warranties and reduce resale value. Insurance and compliance vehicles with deleted emission systems may fail inspection and or emission testings, creating additional legal and financial risks. There are criminal risks by the Department of Justice if they decide to get back into prosecuting it again. But federal law has not changed, so criminal charges could resume in the future. In summary, diesel deletes remain illegal in New Hampshire, and while criminal prosecution is at risk, it has been reduced, so they aren't going after people like they were. However, civil penalties and state compliance issues remain significant. Vehicle owners should carefully consider these risks before modifying emission systems. The other thing that's going on is there is a Diesel Truck Liberation Act that was turned down and not passed in April of 2026. Environmental groups are opposing this bill very aggressively, and it takes years to get these through committee and Senate opposition. There was discussion of emissions improvement in 2027 to 2032 that'll make them even more emission friendly, but improve fuel mileage.
Oh.
So it's not going away.
Right.
In fact, they're still going after making it cleaner and better.
Wow.
And my fear is what happens, you delete something, you take the DPF out, which is a $7,000 item on the ambulance, plus everything else goes with it. You got about, I don't know, I know on an on-highway truck, that's about $37,000 for the emission system.
Wow.
So if you take it off, and in the process of taking a muffler off, you crush it, you do everything else, And if somebody says, you gotta put it back,
Yeah.
what's it gonna cost you to put it back?
To reverse the road.
It certainly would eliminate, not eliminate, but your costs of maintaining the vehicle, which we know is high. But it's still illegal in the state of New Hampshire
Wow.
to do it.
So,
Now we know.
yep, I think, people have done it, and they're running the risk, and my opinion is we should not, or put ourselves for that liability.
I would have thought as a public, as a municipal vehicle, you're just way out in the limelight.
Yeah.
When you mentioned the inspection piece, for certification, to be in the ambulance.
One thing I forgot to mention, in the process of going through all this information, there are exemptions for emergency vehicles. And the exemption is, it's illegal to run without the system. However, if you have a problem with the system that causes you to delay getting it to meet the emission standards,
Yeah.
it can be used in an emergency. However, you've got to get it restored as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So in other words, if you have a problem that you can't get resolved right away, you can respond to emergencies, but it's got to be repaired as soon as you can do it.
Yeah, you can't exactly just throw the switch, shut it off.
Right.
I don't want to go into regen right now.
We actually can do that on the two engines in the ladder truck.
Oh, you can
We
now?
can say,
Yeah.
don't go into regen,
Yeah.
let us do this,
Yeah.
which other big trucks don't have,
Right.
which is nice. But the ambulances, Ford is like, we make too many of these engines, we're not going to make an ambulance-specific one.
Oh, okay.
Where our Cummins, the 3 trucks have an X12 engine,
Yeah.
which is specifically made for emergency vehicles,
Gotcha.
and so that's why we'll add that.
You
You can do, yeah, at some point you have to do it, but you
Right.
can tell it to stop, we get an emergency,
Yeah.
we'll worry about this later.
Well, and the difference with the ambulances and the smaller, medium-duty diesels, as they call them, they typically use what's called passive regeneration.
Okay.
They rely on the heat that the engine generates to burn itself off and keep it clean.
In normal use.
In normal use. And, they tell you that, and it's a standard throughout the state, it's kind of funny, if you have a passive regeneration vehicle that's having troubles, go up to exit 20,
Yeah.
load it up and run up Tilton Hill, they call it.
Yeah. Take a
Because
first
it
spin.
brings the engine down to its knees, it creates heat. Our larger diesels have an onboard burner that when it needs to be regenerated, there's a 7th injector that injects diesel fuel into the system,
Okay.
creates a fire, and burns the DPF out.
Wow.
And that can be done on demand while it's sitting there, where the medium diesel engines rely on the heat generated from the engine.
Wow.
Oh,
They do.
it's crazy, Paul. It's crazy.
And we have taken the steps. We only use premium diesel now. I mean, DEF fluid now. We only fill one tank. We don't fill it all the way to the top. We still have issues and we still have problems, but it seems to have lessened those
Yeah,
problems.
There's some best practices about don't top it off.
They don't. They say the top off because then it corrodes to the bottom of whatever that sensor
Yeah.
is, and that's so we've knock on wood. I mean, we're still going to have issues with it, but it seems to be better.
Well, and the problem with our industry, or this industry, is idling. The worst thing you can do to a diesel engine now is let it idle.
Because that accumulates the muck and the.
It doesn't burn hot enough,
enough,
and it
yeah.
creates a lot of soot.
Yeah.
It collects the soot and does a great job of that, but it generates a lot of it. And we were discussing again last night that let's put our thumb on our people and watch for excessive idling.
Idling. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Questions on that?
No. No, it's in the record. We found the answer, know the answer, and it's the end of it. So.
Keep that in the record. Okay.
Yes, please.
Any other old business? Not on my list, but.
No.
Okay. New business.
Oh, boy.
So these are all sealed RFPs. I believe, so we looked up the RSA just to make sure,
Yeah.
and I got the executive council's RSA, but if we follow their
Yeah.
practices, all you have to do, because it's not a bid, it's a
Yeah.
proposal,
Yeah.
is open them, say who it's from, and say what state they're in, and then that's all, and then we're gonna review them at a later date.
Okay.
So I did not open any of these. 2 of them came from the same company, so just when you open them, just
A and B.
Yeah.
Kathy, I'm gonna open your mail. It's got your name on it.
That's fine.
Looks of it, you see?
Yep,
Better than I expected.
me too.
Should have brought.
Oh, you want a knife?
I usually carry one, but
It's a little dull, but it'll do.
it's possible. Some of these Tyvek things are a
Yeah, right.
menace, you know. All right. This is just copies of the same.
Yep.
Right.
Sets. All right. Okay. Michael Petrovic Architects, PLLC. Let's see where they're from, yeah. Looking for an address block.
They have it on the return label on
On the envelope, maybe? They can't deliver it though.
they handle it
Oh, no,
Oh,
that
this
one,
one was-
that one came by mail,
up top.
up top.
Oh, God. Keene. Keene, New Hampshire. Hey. What now? SMP Architecture. And this is coming to New Hampshire. SMP. Welcome to the paperless society. Well, I take the heck and then it's gum label and it's, Wyman Lamphere, W-I-E-M-A-N-N, Lamphere, L-A-M-P-H-E-R-E.
Turn it over. Turn it over.
Yeah.
It's on the back.
It's also,
Yeah, that's Manchester. Address is on the back of this. Manchester with offices in Burlington. That's a cute one. That'd be all right.
Is it Manchester, Vermont, or Manchester?
No, it's
Manchester,
Manchester,
New Hampshire.
Manchester.
Okay.
Yeah, they got their order is Manchester, New Hampshire, but they've got a second address in Burlington. Huh. There you go, upstairs, downstairs.
There you go.
This is a good center street. We had that footprint. 2-story. Elevators are expensive.
This one is the one. There's two. They submitted 2 packages.
It's not a CD, but the Gallant, G-A-L-A-N-T-E Architecture Studio. Cambridge, Mass. Cambridge, Mass. Maybe all 5 didn't fit. Maybe this is just the same.
Oh, I didn't.
Or
Yeah.
an addendum, I don't know. Yeah. Let's see if this is- drive,
Oh, okay.
home drive thing. Alright, so yeah, I don't know, this is definitely the vote on 5, this, I don't know, this is just his fee proposal. Stick there too. Sorry I opened it that way.
It's okay.
Get out of here, I gotta spill. Turner Group, Concord, New Hampshire. Stick too. Okay.
All right. I do have electronic copies of every single one of those. I will share that with the commission tomorrow.
Cool. All right.
So you'll have those to review. It's, how do you want me to set? Right now we have Monday and Tuesday set aside for interviews down at Park Street Station. It's really up to you guys how long you want me to make those, how you want me to make those. If you want to make those for all 5, or if
Yeah.
you want time to review them before you set interviews, that's kind of all up to you guys.
Well, it's an odd number, so maybe we try to do 3 on one day, and then the second day do 2 with a time to summarize and discuss.
Mhm.
There's 4 there.
It's fine.
5.
5.
The 2 of them are from the same group.
No,
No.
5 vendors
There's
that we
5.
called
Oh,
out. Yeah, this was 1, 2, 3.
oh, 4,
Yeah.
5, okay.
Yeah, one of them sent this little
They couldn't.
addendum or something, yeah. So it's,
Okay, sorry.
yep, that's all right. Time are we meeting? 5, 6?
We just tentatively did 5.
Yeah.
You could, I mean, we didn't know. So
Yeah, I just put it on the calendar.
Yeah,
so you guys can set that
I
however
would
you.
say just try to, if we could do 3 at 45 minutes apiece,
Mhm.
and then the other 2 at 45 minutes. What do you think, Paul? Is that enough or too much?
I think that's one, yeah, I would think so. Can we do a little in 5, quarter past or something?
It's up to you. It's your meeting.
Yeah, you set the time.
Quarter past 5?
Well,
somewhere
I'd say 5:30 anyway.
5:30, yeah.
Well, because
Okay.
these guys, you know, if they're,
Yeah,
maybe they want time to
yeah, do
close
5,
up.
do 5:30.
Okay.
Next, Monday and Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, so we'll do 5:30. You want them for 45 minutes, do you want to do 5:30, 6:30, 7?
No, it would be 45 minutes apiece. It'd be like 5:30 to 6:15 and 6.
Yeah, but I didn't know how much time you wanted in between the 2.
Well, I figured that some of that would be
Okay.
embedded in it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
and then
Give you a half an hour with each one, and then
yeah, and then some.
you're probably gonna be able to get out what you want for
Right,
half an
and
hour.
then do 2, and then we have some workshop time at the end of the second day,
Sounds good.
or yeah, so that'd be what 5:30, 6:15, 6:50. Geez, that's gonna add up quick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be good 2 hours. Oh, 35 minutes. 2.5-ish. Should be out done by 8.
All right, and is Thursday still a good time to have the meeting? We have another meeting scheduled for Thursday to award the.
So I'm good with that for next week.
So it's 3 days next week, but
Yeah,
it's
Same time, 5:30 across the board. And we're not guessing.
So we figured Park Street would be a good place to hold them, because we can't get upstairs. And that way we could, because it's a public meeting, so the
Yeah.
building committee can come, if they want to. They could sit in and hear it, and there'd be a little more room. We'll set up some chairs and tables down there. It won't be great, but
Yeah. See the building in all its glory.
Yeah.
Best way to, honest, best
Yeah.
way to have a meeting like that. Because there's always going to be somebody new that shows up. What do you mean? You need a new building. Take a walk around this one. You know,
You can't-
not the point of the meeting, but
You can't hear anything? Oh, I'm sorry, let me shut the compressor off.
Yeah.
No, don't worry about the exhaust. That's clean diesel you're breathing.
That's right.
That's the best you could
We
get.
paid extra.
You don't live in California. Be blessed.
All right, so when we leave
Yeah.
tonight, you guys should probably take one of the hard copies each. I'll make sure Tim Sattler gets one hard copy of each. And then I will send out the electronic copies tomorrow morning. So you'll have both the hard copy and the electronic copy.
Yeah, it'd be easier for me to do that than to try to.
Yeah.
All right, so then we fulfilled our.
Yeah. And oh, I think I'm supposed to say there was no late deliveries. Everybody delivered on
Oh, okay.
time
Yeah.
as they were supposed to.
Now all the
Right.
questions have got answered. Everybody seemed to be okay with that.
Mhm.
You know?
Yep, I sent them to all. Actually, I didn't send them to all these firms because I don't know. I didn't hear from TGAS, but the other 4 firms
Yeah.
did receive those questions. I posted them on our website also, and
All right,
so
so everybody's got all
everybody,
that,
yep.
that two-way.
And they got it at the same time.
Yeah.
I didn't give one day and one.
Yeah.
They all, I waited till the very last day, submitted
Click.
all, click, sent them to everybody, and then I posted them on the website.
Yeah.
So
All right. So 6B was we set the interviews, and doesn't matter to me who comes when, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Just feel everybody out.
Will do.
Okay. Anything else, Paul? Jump into the
And we'll
minutes.
make sure you get the list of who's gonna be when.
When? Okay. Bring the right books with me. I'll start carrying a suitcase like Tim does.
Terry, man first.
Backpack.
Satchel.
Okay, minutes for, what are we at, 5:12?
Did I give them to you already?
I've got 5:12
And
and,
the other one should be with
there,
it.
there's some right there. Those
There were 2.
oh, okay.
I have them paperclip so that,
That is 5:12 and 5:26. I've got 5:12.
you get it.
Yeah, there it is, okay.
What's it?
Not out of the woods, but in the bushes.
Okay, same as last night.
Same as
Yep.
last night. The swelling stopped growing, so the swelling,
Okay.
which is good. That's okay.
Yep.
I think we'll know a lot more tomorrow.
So is all the Swiftwater training now done? Did everybody get through it? Or
Everybody's done and through it, so now we have all 16 members of the department on the floor.
Yeah.
Are certified Swiftwater rescue techs. They all have their own
Yeah.
equipment, and they're all ready to go. We had that scare I told you guys about, but with the email.
Okay.
That again, it wasn't our swimmer, but it
Yeah.
was in our town. This was a scary evolution. I've never experienced that in my 20 years of firefighting, where we were missing 2 people for 20 minutes. That proves why Swiftwater is so dangerous.
Right.
But no one got hurt. Well, no one got seriously injured, and
Was that when everybody was blasting that way?
they were just crossing the river. And,
Oh, okay.
and then he went down, and then he went for a long, long ride.
Yeah.
That the instructor saved his life.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. That instructor, he knows what he's doing. He's a great instructor. We've dealt with him a lot.
Yeah.
He does a lot of our trainings. Again, this was a Lakes Region Training Division training
Mhm.
put on by Rescue One, so it just happened to be in our town. But Ben saved that firefighter's life.
Wow.
Amazing. He didn't hesitate, didn't do anything. He went, and they both disappeared, and they went down the river, and they went all the way to almost Lancaster Street in Franklin, from the Cross Mill Bridge.
Yep.
And there's a big S
I'm
there.
sure there is, yeah.
So we're actually doing an after-action review of that on June 23rd, I believe. We're having an independent evaluator come in and just talk. Again, the Lakes Region Training Division is the one hosting it, but they're having somebody independent come in to just go over the whole incident
Yep.
and how do we prevent it in the future. That was a scary 20 minutes,
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
and thankfully Greg was there.
How we doing on the cancer screening? Is
Uh,
everybody, or just started?
So not everybody is through it. They don't have to tell me if they go or not. They can choose to. I know of 2 people who don't have it done, but I believe everybody else full time went through. Again, they don't have to tell me results, but we've had a few things pop up. But I believe so. The next round, this round is done. There won't be any more right now.
Wouldn't we know based on payment, or we're not paying?
We're not paying.
Oh,
The
so
state's paying.
So the billing's not even, we don't even see
We don't even see the bill.
pass-through billing.
Yep.
Okay.
Nope. The state pays for it
Yeah,
all.
okay.
So you don't even, you go down, you walk in the trailer, you do your thing, you walk through the fire academy barracks, you do some couple other things, and then you leave.
Yeah.
You never see a bill. The bill goes directly to the state. There's another round of them happening in the fall, I think mid-September.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get our guys, and then
Yeah.
they have money to do everybody. So we're fighting to get the call guys done because they've been fighting fire a lot longer than us, and we're kind of wondering why they weren't included.
Yeah.
And the answer we get is, well, this is a pilot program to see if it works. If it works, we will open it up.
Yeah,
But then there's funding and money that has to get done.
I'm sure.
In the lieutenant's position?
I think we're still waiting on to figure out how that process is going to
Yep.
work. Our call lieutenant is back in active duty. He was cleared medically, and he is back to. So it's not a rush, but we want to have it done before that happens again. So we have that person to step up.
You were templating that after your captain's board.
Yeah,
whatever you
slim it
call
down,
Yeah.
but do it every other year, just like the captain's
Yeah.
one.
Good.
The captain's one has worked out very well, and I think the lieutenant's one will too.
Well, you never know if you're going to get somebody on the call side of the lieutenant thing of it that down the road wants to be full-time, and, you know.
Travis Cosine, is a
Yeah,
perfect, he was
yeah.
a call lieutenant, and he's
Yeah.
a full-time employee now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect example.
Yeah, paramedic on top of that.
Make a motion, we accept the minutes of 5/12/26 as written.
Second. All right, got a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. 5:26. How many site walks did you get out of it? Do you remember?
We did 3 site walks.
Great.
I did a site walk with
Turner, SMP.
Turner, SMP, and Michael Petrovic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it said that he hadn't done, but
Turner came with 2 people, a business manager and John, who you'll see, he's in the front. Michael Petrovic came by himself. SMP brought a structural engineer, a civil engineer, and a mechanical engineer.
and they got both buildings.
Yep, they went. 2 of the one build, they said we don't need to go to Center Street because
You're
we're
not-
we're not doing anything. The other 2 went to Center Street to see what we were
Yeah,
replacing.
I just wasn't sure if they wanted to see, the world we're living in, or,
Yeah. SMP has already been there a couple
Yeah.
times, so they knew the world we were living in.
Yep. Okay.
So they were the ones who's like, yeah, we've been there, we
Yeah.
know.
Yes, you want to get out. Yes, we understand. Yes, anything we design will be better than that.
I'll make a motion, we accept the minutes of 5/26/2026 as written.
Second. All right, motion and a second. Any further discussion? All right, there being none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. My agenda. Any other business? You did the manifest. You got them both? Oh, you still there. So I'm gonna need the non-public one for the,
Yes.
we have disposition report.
Yes, we
Okay, gentlemen, have a good evening.
Thank you. I'll see you on Thursday.
Yep,
Thanks for
2
coming.
o'clock.
2 o'clock. I got it in my calendar.
Good.
I think. No, I don't.
And disposition reports, the only need for,
I think you can. Yeah.
you broke a record. 20 minutes past 6.
I'm usually a talker.
Yeah. You got my vote next.
All right. Spread the word.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Chief.
Deputy, we'll see you later.
Alrighty.
Steal your pen too. I think I need to-
You're gonna grab the, oh, we have to wait until.
I was gonna wait till you made the motion.
Yeah,
and
okay.
All right, so members present. All right, let's take a motion to enter non-public session.
Second.
Okay, I'll make the motion. Jason,
Okay, sorry.
seconded by Paul. Cited as specific reason for non-public session, RSA 91-A:3, 2, small c, matters which, if discussed in public, would likely affect adversely the reputation of any person other than a member of this board unless such person requests an open meeting. These exemptions shall extend to include any application for assistance or tax abatement or waiver of a fee, fine, or other levy based on inability to pay or poverty of the applicant. Check that box. Roll call vote. Paul Ogier.
Yes.
Tim Sattler, not here. Jason Wright, yes. Stop the recorder and the video. If needed, restart separate session.
All right, recording.
All right. Can I have a motion to come out of non-public?
I'll make a motion to come out of non-public.
All seconded by Jason.
At whatever time it is.
And roll call vote to exit. Paul Ogier?
Yes.
Yes. Tim Sattler's not here. Jason Wright's yes. Passed. And public session reconvened at 6:29 p.m. Make a motion to seal these minutes?
No.
No? Don't need to? Okay.
No.
Motion made, no. Okay.
I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion to adjourn?
Aye.
Aye. We're out. 6:29 and a half, 6:30. Just turned.